Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in from around the globe. Tonight, I am here with, again, my amazing business partners, and we are here to talk about a topic that a lot of us are probably going to be wondering about what have crossed our minds. But before we dive in, I want to let you guys know, for any of you who don't know who I am Tay. I am a business coach in this business. I've been running my business for quite a long time, and today is happens to be my anniversary, my business anniversary. 5 years in the making, you guys. So
Woo.
uh, it's been an amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been an amazing journey, and for some reason, it just happens to fall on Friday. So, I am a business coach. I am a mom. I am a mentor. I am a wife, and I am a full time business owner, online business owner, by the way. And when I say full time, I don't mean 8 hours a day, or 40 hours a week. I mean just my own time, my own schedule, right? And 5 years in the making, it has been amazing. So I want to pass the floor on to my business partners who are here with me so you guys can get to know them too. Chong, introduce yourself for those who don't know you yet.
Hello, hello. This is Chong Miller, and I'm a mom, a realtor by profession, and a business mentor. And I am happy to be here, and I think this is a great opportunity. If you can just pay attention and listen, and maybe if you're interested, we would love to be able to work with you.
Absolutely.
Anya,
Oh,
Oh, you're not okay. Hi,
I'm
I'm
done.
Fania, and I am also a mom, and I have boys, and I'm a wife, and I'm a business owner. I'm a mentor, and I do have a regular job as well. So, and I am based in Minnesota. So yes, thank you for
oh
having
yeah.
me
We
today.
didn't,
Yes.
oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. We didn't tell them where we're from. Chong, tell
Welcome.
them where we're from.
Oh, I'm a wife too. I'm from Arizona.
Yes, we are both from Arizona. Chong, I think your headphones kind of like going in and out. So just giving you letting you know technology.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me
Now,
now?
yes,
Is it,
we can. Hmm.
can you hear me
But you were
now?
just, yes, yes, I can hear you. Oh, well, thank you for sharing, ladies. And I want to say thank you to those who are joining us. If you are joining us live, please do drop a here in the comments so we know that you stopped by. And I want to thank you for stopping by, or push that heart so that we know you stopped by too. And if you're watching the replay later, drop a replay so that we know you stopped by. And thank you too for stopping by. All right, so tonight we're going to dive into an amazing topic that I hope it will help someone out there see that opportunities are laid in front of you. And tonight, we want to dive into something that I wish I knew sooner too. Lessons we wish we knew sooner about online business. Because me, I wish I knew all of the things that was in the online world before and I had started sooner. But starting is never too late, right? It's better now than never. So, ladies, do you want to share anything, any lessons you've learned that you wish you knew sooner about online business now that you are on the inside and you actually know and see what's going on?
um, for me, I wish I had known that I wouldn't I wasn't going to be alone in this journey, and I didn't need to know how to run an online business or how to start my online business by myself. So I think that was probably what kept me in the shadows for quite a few years before I started, because I always thought that, when you start something new, especially if it's like online or if it's something that you don't have the education around it, right? So that's kind of what I always assumed before I started my online business was that I didn't go to school to know marketing or know how to run a business in general or know how to navigate the social media platforms or even let alone how to put myself out there, right? And that's kind of what held me back for a few years. On top of that, I was like, where am I gonna go look for these kind of trainings to support me or these kind of um, other people who are in the same boat as me, right? And I didn't ask my questions. So I was the one who was just watch from behind the screen and just ask the questions in my head mentally versus um, physically reaching out. So that's kind of what I wish I had known before. Um, no sooner, I mean, not before, but yes, I wish I had known that sooner instead of later. And then I probably would be far in advance in in my online business versus where I am today. But like they say, things happen for a reason, and that's probably why I didn't question my questions, ask my questions, versus just watching. So, yes, that's what I wish I had known sooner versus later.
You are right. The number one lessons that I think a lot of us learn is you don't have to be an expert to start. And we are so scared that we always think that we have to know everything or know something so that we can do something. Because for me, I believe we've been like conditioned because the social norm, right? You have to go to school, learn a topic or a discipline so that you can find a job in that discipline. And I think that's been ingrained in our brains so that even with online businesses or businesses, right? You feel like you have to be an expert to start. And many people hesitate to start because they think that they need to know everything. But honestly, the truth is you learn as you go. And I think I can speak for the three of us on this panel when I say you learn as you go. And the best way to gain experience is by starting or by doing your research, right? And your due diligence. And, honestly, all of us on this panel did not know anything about online business when we started. And I think I speak for all of us too. We started with zero knowledge. Well, maybe a few of us know how to touch technology more and was a little bit more tech savvy. But we grew through mentorship and training because of our amazing training platform, right? So that is the number one. We don't have to be experts to start something, even if it's an online business or any other discipline or field. Chong, what about you? What's one lesson you wish you knew sooner about online business?
I wish I knew about the business sooner. Um, One lesson I think is I think uh yeah, it was the knowing, because again, knowing the different ways you can monetize online with the social medias, right?
Mhm.
Because now now I'm starting to learn, and obviously many people have already been monetizing, and I've always didn't see that as, because we're so busy focusing on our you know daily normal lives and jobs, right? Because we're conditioned to believe that we got to go to school, get the education, get the job that is fit into our career, and work that job and retire, and then you're good. And doing something like an online business is not something that everyone ventures out to. So I think that understanding that your business, your online business, that online space can be a real business where you can actually grow and produce an income that is sustainable and that is, you know, consistent, I would say, is the real thing that I wish I hadn't learned earlier. because then maybe I would have started earlier. And, I did, the other thing was, I think it's the mindset, right? Uh, if I hadn't, you know, obviously a lot of the times it's right there in front of you, but you're not ready, right? So if you're not ready, then what they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will show up, right? And
Mhm.
maybe mentally I wasn't ready, and therefore I haven't found the thing. Um, so I wish I was mentally ready earlier, so that I would have been able to start it earlier. Um, but for those who are like, who have been thinking, but then don't like, that if you're seeing this now and you were thinking and you've been looking for an opportunity, this might be the mentally ready, to just take advantage of it. I mean, wish I had known that sooner. I wish I like. I guess the bottom line is, I wish I had known that I can use social media make to create a business, to do run a business sooner, and then that would help me. Obviously, the other thing is that I'm not alone, like Banya said, and that I have a coach, a mentor, and a community that is supportive and that will pull me along, or push me if I need it. And that's what this business does. And so, yes, I wish I had known that there was a community and there's learning stuff, because, again, I've always been a consumer of social media, rolling, scrolling, scrolling, but I never really been a creator. And now I'm on that side where I can create and understand that creating does allow me to have the ability to monetize on what I'm doing, and that I could grow a business from that and be able to monetize on it and create a sustainable income, and on top of that, create a legacy from that. You know, Grow a business that I can create a legacy, and that's a big thing to me.
Mhm. Absolutely. You're right. And you touched on two great points. One, somebody's not ready, right? Like you said, when the student's ready, their mindset is there, and you have to be in the right mindset to start. And the teacher will show up, like you said. But you, what you said really brought me back to think about, how fear holds a lot of people back. And you have to really reflect on, if is it fear, or is it you, or what is it that's stopping you, right? Because, but honestly, one lesson that I learned too is, and it ties into what you say, Chong, like how maybe you weren't ready, maybe you didn't know enough, right? Or maybe it wasn't explained to you enough and you didn't understand it. And or maybe it was kind of like fear, like, oh, what are they doing? Is it like real? What are they selling, right? Like the question is always, what are they selling? What is it, a true business? Is it real? Is it legit? Fear holds people back from a lot of things, right? More than failure. Let's just say that. And many people are afraid of failing, but the real failure is never starting whatever you are looking into, whatever you see in front of you. And those who succeed aren't the ones who never failed. They're the ones who kept going, no matter how many times they failed. So when you fail, it's
I
just
have
another,
learned that.
yeah, it's just another opportunity for you to do something different, to do something better, right? So that that moment of fear, if it almost stopped you, you have another opportunity, right? If as long as you keep going and you take that leap, it will pay off. So yes, you guys touch on really important points there, and I'm glad that you both mentioned mindset. You both mentioned our community. You both mentioned trainings, right? And that you're never alone. You have resources. You have trainings to help you. And our system is the most amazing because one big thing that I found out, and I wrap this around the first thing that I said about you don't have to be an expert, because we have a system that's built by we have a state of the art system that's built by experts, that's given to us. And for that low price of 149 that people are like hesitant to pay, it's an investment in your future. And the best part is it's refundable, fully refundable within 30 days. That's how much we believe in our business. For you to come in, check out the business, learn, do your due diligence. And if it's not for you, after you've learned everything about us and see all of our products, compensation plan, business model, check out our community. If it's still not for you, no obligations. All you have to do is just ask for your refund. And you have nothing to lose. It's risk-free. So I'm glad you guys both mentioned that. And then I just want to mention that one thing that, or not one, there's quite a few lessons that I've learned through this journey. But I've learned that, traditional hard work and success online business, they're not, I don't know how to say it, but like in a 9 to 5, right? You trade your time for money. And in online, so if you compare the two, the traditional hard work versus the success online business, in online business, it's about leveraging systems and working smarter with automation. And like my business partners here, Chong and Punya mentioned, mentorship, and you earn passive income. And it leads you to get better results because you have an automated system that works, and we have it in our community to prove that the results are there. So quite honestly, if you ask me now to do traditional hard work 9 to 5 or online business, I will 100%, 1,000% say online business. Because if I was to choose trading my time for money or making money work for the other way around, how do you say it? Trading time for your money or making time work for you. Okay, so I choose the second. And quite honestly, it's been, like I said, an amazing journey. And if it sounds too good to be true, you got to check it out for yourself, because we're on the inside and we know, right? I just want to ask you one question, Chong. When you came in, because you and I, we know each other, right? Before you started this business, and I've been doing it before you even started. And like you always say to me, you could have told me 2 years ago, right? And I said, I did tell you, but you said, oh, and then you left it at that, right? Where our conversation went. So the lesson that I learned there is, between you and me, I didn't know how to tell you, and you didn't understand what I was saying. And so like our mindsets weren't in the right place, right? So I just wanted to piggy on what you said earlier about mindset, and that's why 2 years later, now you're here.
Well, my perfect example would be like there's this Chinese story where the emperor says, I want you to find a guy who can draw me a perfect rooster within a minute. This guy spends a year, 2 years learning how to draw that rooster within 1 minute. Finally, the emperor finds him and he goes and draws it for the emperor. In 1 minute, he draws perfect a rooster. Almost like a picture, right? Emperor goes, where have you been? I've been looking for you for 2 years. He said, I've been practicing. So, the time wasn't right for them to meet, right? Because he was still learning and he was ready when the talent meets, So you can't wait to get the rewards from the emperor unless you spend the time learning, practicing to get there. is what my story is. It's like, so you don't have to be perfect right away. He could have gone right away and say, I can try, but it wouldn't be perfect, right? He was still learning. So maybe that time wasn't right for me either. I was still learning how to, and maybe, I would, or maybe I was looking and you were still learning how to teach me. It could be both ways, right? I mean, we're
Mhm.
still all learning together. And that's what the great thing about this business is that we're constantly learning. But you have to show up, right? You have to keep
Mhm.
practicing all those 2 years to get to where you want to go. You got to keep practicing. You got to keep doing it. And actually, you know, I I I've been trying to, even though what we say, I do have fears. I was afraid to come online for people to see me. Maybe, I'm self-conscious. Maybe I don't like the way I look on, on the screen. I don't like the way I sound. I don't, because it's not familiar to me because how I hear it in my head versus how it comes out from the machine is not the same, right? So
Mhm.
that, but eventually I have to consistently show up. And I think someone asked me, like, why, how, like, you've been going live every day. And I said, yeah, I have to, because how do you get better? How do I get used to it? I have to keep doing it to get used to it, right? And then it becomes a piece of cake, right? Once you do it enough, it's like riding a bicycle. You plug in and you just go, right? But until we get to that point, we're going to have to keep pedaling and falling and tripping and getting back up on it. And that's what I mean. That's what I'm learning in this business is that I can fall off and I can come right back. And I just keep going.
You make a great point there about success being a decision and also repetition, practice, 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 right? And that made me remember quite a few interesting or amazing stories of highly successful people. Like they practice at whatever they want to do over and over and over again. Like you said, you have to keep showing up to keep practicing so you can get better and better and more confident in what you do. The more confident you are, the better you get, right? And it was a decision of yours to keep doing it so that you can keep getting better. And I just want to say that's a great story, and it reminded me of like how success is a decision, not luck, right? Successful people, most of them are self-made, not born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Some of them are, but most, all, well, not all, but most of them are self-made millionaires, right? And so it's not luck. It's because they made the decision, like how Chong just mentioned. And that is a great story, the Emperor story, by the way, on how they decided that they wanted to be successful. So they're going to keep doing it until they get better and better and better. And some people wait for the right moment, the right time. But that delays costs them opportunities. And everyone starts at the same pace, at the same place, right? With a choice. Because when you make a choice to change, that's what's going to change everything. And if you not making a choice is a choice too. Like you'll hear me say this a lot because if you don't make a choice to change, you're choosing not to change. That's a choice too. So instead of overthinking, just make a decision. It makes all of the difference when you do that. So that's a great story. Anything else to add? Any other lessons that you've learned?
I would have to agree with what Chong shared earlier because that's kind of like how my mindset was the first year I started, right? Oh, I can wait till tomorrow, or I can do that later on, or I can learn that later, right? Like how we always say, procrastination is what's that word I'm trying to find, right? Um, it's no matter just because we are our own owner or our own employee of our business, we tend to procrastinate because oh, right now is not the right time to do A, B, or C, or I can do it later because that's when I will have downtime, or that's when I'm done with work from my other job. So I think that's something that I've learned to get out of too as well, is because I've always I've always done that where I used to do that. I mean, so I used to do that where, oh, I will turn to it when I'm done doing my morning job versus taking care of my kids, and then or doing it with my kids, right? Because I've learned to adapt. My story is about me and my kids, right? And why should I do it when the kids are sleeping versus when the kids are up and being rowdy and stuff? Because we want to be in in the moment versus in the later, right? So like right now, we're doing our live, when it's quiet or when it's just us or when everybody's available, right? So that's another thing that I've learned to do too, is not wait till later, because we all know that when the later time comes around, we're gonna be like, oh, I'm too tired now, I don't want to do it anymore. But then like Chung said, for you to be able to succeed, you have to show up and you have to push through until you are comfortable in your own skin, right? Because we all know that not all of us are born comfortable in our own skin or in our own voice, and being able to watch ourselves go live or record a recording of ourselves, right? Because it took me a while too to be able to take a make bring the not make sorry work up the courage to come and say, yeah, I can do a live with you, yeah, I will talk about our business with you, I will do A, B, and C with you. So we're all in the same boat. We just taking our journey a different are taking our time going down this journey on our time. And like the rest of us said tonight, it's your time. You make that choice. You do it when you're ready. And we're not gonna force you, or they're not gonna force you. It's a habit that you gotta learn to pick up on your own. Because if you don't, then we really can't be that person to push you or to pull you in, because that's not what we're about, right? Because we're here to educate and entertain you. And if we're not educating you enough and then not entertaining you enough, that means that we just gotta keep showing up and keep doing it until you are what's that word? Drawn in.
Ready?
Yeah, until you're ready.
Yeah. Well, I think that with the support from all of us, with our excitement, like even if you are joining and you are like having maybe confidence issue, fear issue, where you're not ready to show up, I think that with our excitement, with our you know um, support, you will want to show up. You will show up with us because we will drive you. You will get inspired to do that, and that's what we want to do. Is part of being coaches and mentors is to inspire you. We bring you to the forum where you will get inspired. How would you not be inspired when the person that's talking to you is making $1 million, a year? They're millionaires. They make 100,000 a month. I mean, why wouldn't you want to talk to them? Why wouldn't you show up and copy them? Because they are the ones that are going to hold your hand. They're already holding your hand. They're giving you step by step of what they're doing. That's why I show up at 5:30 in the morning, even though I just went to sleep at 2, right? I mean, we do these things because what? We want to, these are the people we want to emulate, we want to copy, we want to duplicate because we want to be like them, right? We want to make a change to transform your life. You will show up. Even if you don't sleep, even if you stay up all night, you will be there. Because, I mean, and you will do it, even if you don't like doing it. Because eventually you will love doing it. And as a matter of fact, I mean, I think that I actually am enjoying my lives, and I'm I'm talking about topics that I care about. And I laugh. If you're gonna go back and watch mine for last night, because it was hilarious and I loved it. Um, you know, it's about hydration and how you taking care of yourself will take care of your business, right? So
Mm.
part of like you get tired is because you're not hydrated enough because we are 75% water. You know, we're 75% water. Now, if we don't drink it, we're dehydrated. Just the percentage, we lose focus. We get tired. We fall asleep. We have no energy, and and so we do need to get help. That's why I have my water here. See my water bottle. And we need to drink. So yes, and so like that's something that we eventually learn, right? Because this business isn't about just doing business. It's not about growing and learning how to run your business. It's about learning and growing yourself so that you become the person that deserves that $1 million, right? Because you would deserve the prize from the emperor for the best artist because you spent 2 years doing it consistently every day. And so, yes, and you can now teach someone that if they consistently practice the same thing you do every day for 2 years, they will be able to do what you do, right? Some
Mhm.
people like who don't even know it, but if they are the one, they may be the one who can do it in 6 months, in 1 year. They will outdo you, but you're there to still guide them, right? You are still there to guide them because everybody grows at different pace. But
Absolutely.
unless they have someone to push them, and if you are here and you've into the business and you haven't joined us on any of these lives, you need to come. I will try my best to make you come again. Just because it is so important that you do it for yourself. Not don't do it for me. Don't do it for coach. Don't do it for anyone. Do it for you. Do it for your family. Do it for your why. That's why I show up every day. That's why I'm doing lives every day, even though I was scared to show my face. I don't like to see my face. I don't like to hear my voice. But I've learned to like my voice. I've learned to see my face because it's what I got, right? And
Mm.
and if you don't show up, then your why isn't big enough. And
Mhm.
your why is why you do everything. Is why you are learning. If you can read, you can do the training. If you can talk, if you can show up, you can do this business. You just have to show up. And you know, I mean, I know, Coach knows. My first live had no sound, and that was actually my second live because my first one, it went on for like a second, and I stopped it and I deleted it, so it was like not even there. My second one, I didn't listen, I didn't rewatch it, I didn't listen to it, so it was no sound. So then coach watched it and said, no sound. And so I said, okay, I'll do it again. So and for one live, I did it 3 times. And the second time has sound. I still didn't listen to it. I didn't watch it, but like it had sound. So you could do it. You don't have to be perfect because that's how you learn. Nobody is perfect because practice makes you close enough to perfect.
Very true.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because you're human and you want to be, if we're going to be authentic, we're going to be ourselves. We're going to make mistakes, and those mistakes we learn from and we improve, and that's how you get better.
Mhm. Mhm.
Very, very true.
Mhm. That so I'm gonna circle back for when you first started talking about how uh, people, right? Be people being there to lift you up and push you to get out of your comfort zone. That was one of the biggest lessons that I learned about surrounding yourself with your circle, right? So surrounding your circle with really does matter more than you think, because you need to surround yourself with people who are successful. Because if you want to be successful, when your circle is, you're around 5 million years, you're going to be the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with successful people, you're going to be the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with that are success, and you're going to be successful. So that biggest lesson was your circle. You need to take a big reflection look around and who you're surrounding yourself with, because it does matter. And if you surround yourself with like-minded people, driven people who accelerates growth, you're going to be driven. You're going to accelerate and grow in whatever you want to do with your circle of people that you hang around with. And that's the amazing part. Like, that's why I wanted to circle back on our community, right? Because there's people, not just the people that you see every day, like your business partners, right? It's cross business partners too, where their willingness to push you, to lift you up, to be there and be accountability partners, right? So you have to learn to shift your environment, not just your mindset, right? Because I can't remember her name, but she's an actress, and she said she went from rag to riches, right? Because it was bad to the part where all she had was a towel to wrap her baby. And didn't have diapers, but she made it to herself that she was not going to be stuck there. She was going to change, and that the funny part, it's not funny, but it's funny when you really think about it. It's like, I love these people that's in my circle, but they're not going anywhere, and I don't want to be stuck there. So I have to go. If I'm going and they don't want to come along, I don't want to leave anybody behind, right? But they say don't leave anybody behind. But if they don't want to come along, I can't stay there. I have to keep going. So when you talked about how communities or people nudge and push you to do things and get out of your comfort zone to be successful, they only mean well for you, right? They only want you to be successful. And when you surround yourself with a community like ours, who wishes you the best in all of the successes, and when they truly celebrate your success and they're truly happy for you when you win, right? That will help you transform your mindset and your business and lead you to success too. So I just wanted to mention that, because you guys mentioned about being able to somebody to push you, right? Because you need that accountability. And I myself needed that too when I started. So that really resonated with me when you said that. So I just wanted to mention that. All right. Anything else you ladies want to share?
Someone successful will never tell you to stop working hard. Because the people who aren't working hard who will tell you you're working too hard. The guy that is making a lot of money isn't going to tell you to stop making more money. It's the people who aren't doing anything, who don't make money, who tell you don't make too much money. So if you want to be successful, listen to watch the guys who are successful. They do not complain and they keep working hard. So that's how you know. The guy that will kill your dream doesn't have a dream. The guy that has big dreams, he's the one that you want to follow, because he's the one who's probably going to have big dreams just like yours. And they're going to do something with their lives.
Absolutely. You are right, Chong. I agree. All right. Well, thank you, ladies. I appreciate you two being here with me and your time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to our audience tonight for tuning in live. We appreciate you. So thank you to you too. And we wish you many, many blessings. If you've been waiting for a sign Okay, and if you see this at the replay, or if you're watching us live and you've been coming on watching us live, just seeing us but not leaving a comment, it's okay. Watch us, okay? But reach out too. This is your sign. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it, okay? And we didn't know anything when we started too. We didn't know all. We knew maybe some, but we didn't know all of it when we started. We've been sharing, and we're sharing so that you don't have to learn the hard way, so that you can start sooner than we did and work smarter instead of harder and leave a legacy, like Chong mentioned earlier. Create a legacy and leave generational wealth and create passive income for your family. And all of that can be done with this business. But we're on the inside. You don't believe us? Come check it out for yourself. All it takes is taking that first step today, or whenever you see this if you're watching the replay. All right, ladies, anything to add before I let our audience go?
Nope. You have our, reach out to us if you resonate with you, and don't wait too long. The internet is new, but waiting too long, the opportunity may pass you by. By that time that you're ready, we will be millionaires. Just
Absolutely.
saying. And you don't fall behind, because I'm just really excited about it, and I want everybody to go and do it now with me so that we can all grow it together. And they're just waiting till I don't have time for them to come on, but I will make time for you. Just but will be limited because we will have so many people who are wanting time, and like they say, 24 hours. We need to make time for you, but you also need to make time for yourself. When the pain is enough, you will choose. Don't wait too long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. Thank you for that powerful ending. Thank you so much, Chong. Thank you, Panya. Thank you, our viewers. Catch us again next Friday. And we'd love to hear from you. So if you have comments or questions for us, drop it in the comment. All right. Catch us again next Friday. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Have a wonderful evening and weekend. Bye, everyone. Shiji Dua. Thank you.
Bye.
Ocho.